So you want to farm Koam money in Armored Core 6. Maybe it's because you want to get the achievement to get all parts. Maybe it's because you want new items to mess around with and you don't want to sell your old items. Or just maybe you want to get that one build that instantly annihilates Balteus the Great Filter. Well, fret not, because I'm here. I'm gonna show you guys a couple of places where I like to farm depending on the places. Now, I didn't really use these farms whenever I played, because I mean, you don't really need the farms, to be honest. I generally just started farming later on once I finished the entire game, aka yesterday. I started farming for all the gear, which I now have. I've gotten all of the pieces in the game, and I use a couple of missions, and I will mention a couple of them depending on what chapter you're in. So, without further ado, let's get into it real quick. So, for the first chapter, honestly, the only chapter I would recommend to actually farm is Destroy Artillery Installation, because it's a fast mission where you just need to run around the map and shoot stuff, and you get money. There's nothing else to do. You just need to run around, kill stuff, and then do your objective. That's it. Get out. It's very good. It's very fast, and it doesn't take a lot of work to do. Though it does not give you a lot of money, as you can see, 100,000 plus a split after that. In chapter 2, I don't think there are many places where you could farm, honestly. But if I were to have to choose one of the missions, it would have to be Infiltrate Grid, because the enemy is a very linear path, it's a very fast path. The only issue is the boss, the cleaner, is very hard to kill at times. So you will need to bring your hardest hitting gear at that point. Chapter 3 is when the real money farm starts. That's when you can start farming money very fast in the form of the Cataphract. The Cataphract you can destroy very quickly and very rapidly with a good build. I would recommend, everybody's favorite build, dual Gatling guns and then some shoulder cannons on like a super tanky build. I will most likely leave a build that I always use for like heavy duty brute forcing stuff, aka my Freedom Machine, in probably the description if you guys want to copy it. But honestly, this will be your best farm by a long shot if you're at this point of the game. In chapter 4, I would honestly recommend Unknown Territory Survey. It's probably the fastest place to do, because you honestly only need to run. You just need to go to the location, kill a boss, keep going to another location. So it's not a lot of work, and you can do this pretty fast. But the issue is the length you need to go to, get to the objectives are a bit long. So honestly, I would still keep going with Cataphract if you really want to do the fast money. Then in chapter 5, there aren't a lot of things you can do at all, personally. In chapter 5, depending on what ending you picked, you may have to redo these endings or not. But personally, my favorite places to do is, if you can, you do shut down the closure satellites if you're strong enough. But then again, you could run a brute force build. I'll probably link it in the description in the comments. Or you can do what I did, which is bring down the Xylem. This is similar to how the Cataphract works, except the Cataphract you just need to kill a boss. With this, you also need to take down 2 things and then kill the final boss of this ending. Now you will need to do the ending where you eliminate Cinder Carla instead of breaching the Carmen line. So if you already did the ending where you need to breach the Carmen line, you won't be able to do this ending unless you play again. Additionally, you could do the MIA mission if you are on New Game Plus Plus and are doing the final true ending path. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on how to do this, because there's a lot of them on the internet right now. But essentially, pick every single mission you did with New Game Plus and then follow every single All Mind option. That's it. This mission is a bit faster than bring down Xylem at some parts, if you can actually optimize the pathing. But then the final boss is a bit annoying since he's a very slippery boss. Then if you are strong enough, or if you liked this boss, Coral Release. This boss is very, very tanky, but if you're strong enough, you can just brute force it without any issues, and you will get quite a lot of a big haul. But yeah, that's it. The video is gonna be pretty short. It's just mainly, you know, for the people who want to farm for the achievement, or, you know, maybe get new items for the bosses, and, you know, stuff like that. It's not really meant for like a be all end all farm. You don't really need to farm in Armored Core, honestly, because you will probably have a build that you're set throughout the entire game, and you'll have enough money after every single mission once you get past chapter 2, essentially. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.